There's a truth we have always known in our bones, especially as Africans. One finger cannot pick up a stone, a proverb variously expressed in many African cultures. Our conceptions of existence, identity, and survival are necessarily communitarian. Ubuntu, humanity, I am because we are. While these fundamental values are being lost in modern African urban spaces, they have remained essential to survival and livelihoods in rural communities and amongst poor people. Borrowed salt, a shared meal, swapped veggies, a hand with a garden, a visit from the Manyano, and a household makes it through another day or has a slightly higher chance at a better quality of life. Social capital is at the heart of how many rural households make a living and get by during stable and unstable times. A household's social capital may include its relationships either vertically with people who are better off or horizontally with others in the same life situation. It may include formal or informal group memberships, associations, kinship, shared values and norms. In everyday life, the horizontal connections often bring more value than the vertical ones. The common understanding and shared norms and values create an environment where interactions are productive. The most important thing is that these are relationships of trust, exchange, reciprocity, and mutual understanding that people rely on for support in times of need. But these relationships are not just a strategy for survival, they have intrinsic value. They also make living and livelihoods a communal process rather than a solo dance of isolated individuals. Social capital is how the poor in rural communities build resilience by holding each other's hands, taking the beat together, and pushing back together. For communities living on communal land, social capital is invaluable and is drawn upon to prevent overgrazing, land degradation, and to protect springs, resources that are fundamental to human survival. Social capital goes beyond relationships amongst members of a community. Experts have argued that it includes relationships with social structures and institutions that enable collective action for improved living conditions. They have also linked social capital to local economic development, poverty alleviation, provision of safety nets during disasters, and other desirable outcomes. In the rural communities where we work, the local municipalities would be an important institution in this regard, but it is not, or at least does not appear to be so from the perspective of the people. Communities have better relationships of mutual trust with each other and with civil society organizations. The municipality appears to be an institution apart from the people, established to deliver specific services, excelling sometimes and failing most times. Yet, social capital alone cannot transform rural livelihoods in a sustainable manner or make societies fully resilient to instabilities and shocks. Some believe that social capital provides relief from overdependence on natural capital during disasters. But a study by a team of researchers show that in rural areas, dependence on natural resources actually increases during disasters, and social capital does not significantly reduce this. Social capital is complementary to natural capital. In order to secure and achieve sustainable rural livelihoods, there is a need to build physical capital to reduce the reliance of communities on natural capital. Each category of livelihoods resources has its own contribution to sustainable rural livelihoods. Sustainable livelihoods require a good balance of physical, natural, financial, human, and social assets. But the powerful potential of social assets to improve livelihoods create resilience and buffer against shocks when other assets are weak and cannot be underestimated.